Duece Biggie for the culture, and I just dropped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
My niggas in LA say that I give them coke vibes. They know that I'm a threat, I'm on their neck just like a bow tie.
All right, today we got Duece Biggie jumping off the porch with us today.
For sure.
How you feeling today, gang?
Man, I'm good. Live, living.
For sure, man. It's a blessing to have you here with us today.
For sure. Definitely feeling it. Definitely love the platform. Definitely been watching and following.
For sure. It's been a lot of support back and forth over the last years, man. It's dope to have you on the porch.
For sure.
So what you out here working on in Atlanta?
Man, me and my homie Jujilla, we just shot a video called Still Will. Shit hard, no cap. Shit hard. Dope shit. Shooting another one tonight, to be honest. Shit. Dying to Live. I just put that single out a couple days ago.
For sure. So how often do you get the chance to come out here?
Often. Shit, I be out here every other 2-3 months or so. Just moving back and forth here, LA, Miami.
And how would you say Atlanta compares back home to Chicago?
Oh man, Atlanta great, man. I love Atlanta. Hospitality is just off the charts. It's just a working environment. Everybody working towards something, making moves. And I love the unity, you know, I love to see it.
Straight up. So for those who wouldn't know, how would you describe life at home in Chicago?
I would describe it as treacherous. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like crab in a barrel mentality going on, you know. But hopefully, you know, with some new leaders, and I love what, you know what I'm saying, our current climate of artists is doing. We got some big people that's very influential, you know, and they, even if they started off on the wrong foot or they head was towards beef or whatever's going on in our city or whatever, it seems like it's going on a positive note.
That's hard.
So I'm loving that.
How would you describe your childhood coming up?
Well, I'm one of 7, so a lot of brothers and sisters, 2-parent home. Very fortunate for that because a lot of my homies, I would say they probably didn't have that, but cultural background, my mother from Jamaica, my dad from Barbados, but I was born and raised in Chicago, so I'm a trench baby. What can I say?
Right, for sure, I feel that. So who did you look up to growing up?
Street-wise or music-wise or what? Like
both of them.
Okay, well, street-wise, I would say the guys that was hustling, making moves around my neighborhood. I mean, pretty much that's what we see far as people that we could look up to, because those are the only people that look like they got something. You know, if I wake up every day and I see the guy across the street and he got the gold chains, he got the whip, he got the honeys pulling up, he look fly, fresh, that's what I would want to aspire to be, because the other people that was doing the regular 9-to-5s or anything like that, it looked like they were struggling. So I would say hustlers, if I can say anything. And then as far as like music go, I'm more of the 90s era, you know, like I grew up looking up to the Big, Pac, Nas's, Cube, Dre, Scarface, UGK, definitely some great ones, X, you know. Yeah, but I grew up on that wave. Wu-Tang, for sure.
When would you say you jumped off the porch?
Well, living in Chicago, you had no choice but to jump off the porch. As soon as you come on the porch. So, I mean, I would say about, realistically, around 12. 12, 13, but the years before that, I was watching. I was learning. You know, so, you know, I could have been in the mix, but I would say truthfully, 12. Yeah.
And what would you say is the biggest life lesson you learned growing up?
Stay out the way, mind your business, and be focused on your paper. Other than that, you're wasting your time.
So with that being said, what would you say is the biggest obstacle you had to overcome so far in your life?
Losing my mother. I lost my mom to cancer 5 years ago, and it was the most devastating thing. And then my best friend, he died like a month later, so it was like a back-to-back type of situation. Well, correctly to say it, he died December 22nd, and she died January 29th. So that was the hardest period of my life, I would say.
That's crazy. So how did you shake back and overcome such heartache?
Just wanting to win, and even though she ain't here, make her proud, you know. Just wanting to be successful, you know. Always been a dream chaser at heart, you know. I never wanted to not be successful. I couldn't see myself any other way.
So when would you say you started making music?
Oh, I started making music around that 12, 13 type of age. At first, you know, I didn't take it so serious, but I end up getting into it real heavy. I always was a heavy fan of music. I'm one of those like student of the game type rappers, you know, like I studied this game way long and before depths, you know, went through far depths to mold my style and what I do, and to know what I want to do and how I want to do it. So, yeah, I had tapes in high school when it wasn't no videos or none of that for independent artists like that, you know, and they was going crazy, but it was like, that was around a different era, and the way things go now is totally different. You know, like you could be the most talented, and if you don't got the numbers, nobody's paying attention. You know, so.
That's real. What would you say motivated you to start making music?
Honestly, I would say it was big. I just was always like a big fan, and I felt like the way he put it together, it just inspired me. I just wanted to achieve that level of greatness, you know. So I always been pushing to be the best I could be. I never looked at it as like, oh, I want to make a hot song. You know, all that is cool, and I would love a hit, but I'd rather make timeless music. So that's what I'm into.
That's real. So when would you say you decided to take music serious full time?
I would say take it serious. Like I had a little run with a couple of my homies. We had a little situation where we formed a label and a group called Monkey Ball Biz, and that was like around 2011, 2012 with the Big Chief Keith Wave and all that was popping off, and we was doing our thing, but it was a whole crew of us, so you know, it was more, I mean, people knew, but it was more hard to spot one person out of a large group. And once I really started to take it serious, I would say is when I stepped out on my own to do my own thing.
Straight up.
And that was about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, where I really just said, I'm really gonna do this. I'm gonna stop doing everything I'm doing and I'm gonna put my all into it. So I would say like 3, 4 years ago.
It's hard. How would you say you got your rap name?
I got my rap name because first it started off like, it was always a joke. I always been the fat kid. So it started off as a joke. People would always call me Biggie, and then, like have all the big jokes, just because, we don't look nothing alike, but it would be like, you big, you dark skinned, you could rap, when they hear me rap, they just like, oh man, this is like nigga like Biggie. So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where it truly came from. And then I wasn't going by that at first. At first I was going by Fat Boy Chris, but then I just had to embrace it because I seen so many of similarities with him and with myself, as far as growing up, our background, our parents are Caribbean, and we got the same name. It's so many similarities. I could be all day giving you similarity after similarity, how his life or the way he moved coincide with the way I move.
That's real shit though.
So I just figure I embrace it and pay homage by going by that,
How would you describe your current thoughts on the rap game?
I think I love it. I love what everybody doing. I love that, everybody don't gotta run to a label, even though a lot of people is running to the labels. I love that you could put yourself out here and do your own thing. If you really wanna make a push and you really believe in yourself and you willing to bet the house, you can make something happen. But also, I could say it's very dangerous, and I could say that I feel like my city is the biggest inspiration of it, as far as the dissing dead people, all the negative, E-way drive-bys, all that Chicago. And I feel like it just starts spreading all over the world, and it's to the point where rappers who don't got ops, they got ops.
Yeah.
They got imaginary niggas gunning them down, and it's just a whole dangerous game. Like with this internet thing, with people seeing your location and people putting everything on the internet, and it's too much, but at the same time, I just figure the way I move, that won't have nothing to do with me.
That's real. What would you say is the biggest risk you took that paid off?
The biggest risk I took that paid off. I would say coming to Atlanta and doing bigger ranking, coming to Atlanta and recording, going to Miami, shooting with 20K. I just feel like I'm not scared to go out on a limb, and I don't need 100 niggas with me. Like, I'm coming. Like, I represent myself. I'm standing on my own too, and I ain't trying to promote something or be something that I'm not. So I just come as a man everywhere I go, and I had no problems.
Real shit. Let's talk about the music scene back at home in Chicago. How do you describe Chicago's impact on the rap scene and culture right now?
Oh my God. That's exactly what I was just talking about. I feel like we have the biggest impact right now. If you ask me, we got the biggest impact right now. And most of the people that come from where I come from, they really living and doing the things they rapping about. And I feel like everybody jocking it. Like, we started the whole drill scene, the drill thing, in which we was just really living like that. And everybody started taking it. Now they got New York drill. Now they got London drill. Everything's a drill. African drill. Even the Africans drilling.
Man, it's Thailand drill.
Niggas jumping from trees with spears. It's going down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even matter. Like, they got everything. Everybody
Japanese drill.
But I love it though. You know what I'm saying? I love that they took it and did their own thing with it, because I mean, I could respect what they doing with it. I just wish that they would. I wish they would think about the kids that they're influencing in the wrong way with some of the subject matter and some of the things they talking and doing, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you living how you living, can't nobody stop you from telling your truth.
That's
so
real.
I respect that to a certain extent. Just tell them both sides to it. Tell them about the luxury side and tell them about the downfalls and the pitfalls and how things could turn out and how you may not make it back home or not. You know, tell them everything so they know, okay, if I get into this could be the outcome. Instead of saying, oh, you can show your gun on camera on the internet, you can do this, you can do that, and we good and we got money and we doing this and all. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them know that there's some people on the other side of that live that's like, they hungry and they looking for you. You feel me? So I would say, just keep it all the way 100. Don't just get half the story, tell the whole story. And that's what I do with my music.
No, that's real. So let's talk about your latest visual, My Snap.
Okay. Well, it started off basically from like, basically I came to Atlanta. It was one of them trips where I just was stopping through. When I be in Atlanta, I always love to go to the studio and record. It's just a certain feeling, a certain energy. It's just a certain, like, everybody working, everybody focused, everybody mingling, everybody networking. Like, the vibes that you get, I just always come out and create awesome music. And those was one of them turn-ups that just happened to have a lot of truths to it. And I just embraced it. And yeah, everybody wife ain't loyal.
Oh shit. So talk more about the inspiration of the song. You can't just leave it like that. You gotta go into detail a little bit, man. Tell us the inspiration behind the song.
Well, at one point in time, you know, just the life of a side nigga, you know, sometimes it just go like that. Sometimes you can have a bond or be cool with somebody and they end up living their life, moving on, but they still thinking of you. And they may come back from time to time. You know, sometimes your woman ain't your woman. Sometimes she really belongs to somebody else.
That's most of the time.
And that's just how it is.
Straight up. What about Spooky Coke vibes?
Well, that was just a joint where I just want to display my lyrical ability. I just want to get straight to the point and let whoever listening know that it ain't a rapper out here that can go toe to toe with one like me, because I did my homework. You know, I ain't just one that see everybody rapping and starting to jump on the wave. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those artists that really care about the craft and care about the level of, I want my shit to be on that level, you know. I don't just throw something out there, you know. All my murders is premeditated.
Fuck with that. Let's talk about this upcoming EP you got.
Well, I wouldn't even call it an EP because it's like an album. It don't sound like a mixtape, it don't sound like an EP, it sounds like an album. And I just feel like it's been done. I got so much music that I could drop and want to drop, and it's just one of those things where I just didn't like to give it away before they wanted it, you know? So that's the only reason why I've been holding it, and I just been going single by single, just dropping certain singles or what, oh, excuse me, or whatnot. But 3-4 weeks, I'm just gonna let it ride. I'm just gonna drop it. It's gonna be like listening to a classic album. It's gonna be like listening to one of your favorite great artists for the first time, where they dropped that one project, their first project, and you could tell they've been through a lot, and it's a lot of damage there, but it's also a lot of building you up. It's also a lot of boss talk. It's also a lot of stay out the way and get money.
No, for real. How did you end up leaking with Spooky Entertainment?
Well, me and one of my homies, Vino, we was just, basically it's my thing, something that I wanted to do, so I decided to start a label or whatever, and he just one of those guys that he just had my back. Whatever I'm rolling with, he rolling with, so he just jumped on board with me, and he just, one of those people that's ride with me to the end, so he just, whatever ship I'm rowing, he just rolling with me, so that's the movement, and that's how we coming.
For sure. What would you say is the biggest challenge that comes along with being an independent artist?
This game it got a lot of, if you don't know the people, it's hard to get in the circles. And it's a lot of slick, snake, backdoor, a lot of phony vibes. Come on, we're gonna do this, or let's do a song, or come on, let's, and then it's no communication after that. It's just really talk. So I mean that's just what it is out here. It's a lot of that going on, and sometimes it can be challenging. You know what I'm saying? Even if somebody can say, man, okay, you want to shoot a video with this particular cameraman. He could say an outrageous number, 10,000. You could say, all right, I want to do it. And somehow that still could not work out. He still could shun you or put you to the side because his business sense is not there, and he not thinking about, let me put somebody in that's, their music is what it is. It's not that, it's more of a popularity contest. If he get 1 million likes, I'd rather do his shit.
Mm-hmm. Would you ever consider signing to a major label situation?
I wouldn't want to, but I would consider. I would consider partnering with somebody. I got to own all my own publishing and all of that, and we could do some licensing, and we could work out something. I will partner with somebody, but that's not my goal. My goal is to build up the energy of a signed artist, but not be signed. I want to pave my own way. And if a label comes along that understands me and what I'm trying to do, I could work with it. I'm about my business, and I'm not the artist that's always chasing other things besides what's important.
That's real. What else are you working on right now?
I just been working on a lot of songs. Just staying in the studio, just keep creating content and putting it out there. That's basically what I'm working on. But I'm gonna shoot this Dying to Live, and that video will be out also, and then I'm gonna drop the project. That's
real. Any last words and shout outs?
I want to send out a shout out to a few of my people from the city who doing their thing. Definitely Drew Jilla, Cash Moody, even though you're in violation right now. Saint Nick for sure, the dopest female poppin'. She got it. If you ain't never heard of her, you should get in tune with her. And me and her got something coming soon called For the Culture. And that video will also be out. And I want to send a shout out to Nico Honcho. He one of the little guys from my neighborhood that's doing this thing. I believe in him. He got a lot of talent. I just want to send him love.
That's
And yeah, that's pretty much it, for sure.
Duece Biggie, man, we appreciate having you today, gang.
For sure.
Gang.
My niggas in LA say that I give them coke vibes. They know that I'm a threat, I'm on their neck just like a bow tie. I ain't got no gimmicks.